Welcome, everyone, to Moon Pearl right away. Okay. There we go. There's the scene change. Welcome, everyone, to some Link to the Past, Week 6, Pseudo-boots, cross keys. In the open league, we have Dapper Wormman for Amish Paradise versus Solski for the Pug Hunters. My name is Tracy. And with me today is yours friend JP. How are you doing, JP?
Feeling pretty good. Looking forward to watching. I think this is our last match of Cross Keys week.
I think that's correct. And, you know, it's a pretty good one. Amish Paradise already having clinched their playoff spot. Having a really good season. Dapper Warman 5-0. Solski and the Pug Hunters need to win 2 of their last 3 in order to make playoffs. Solski only going 2-2, but, you know, Solski's well known throughout Link to the Past, also as a top SMZ3 runner. Dapper Warman was in the main tournament last year, so I feel like it's going to be a pretty good matchup.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good one today. We'll see how this one goes. I mean, you said you got basically the what's at stake here is Dapper Wormman finds Ganon.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna do. Looks like he did the traditional start. Is gonna get the Houlihan money right here. I'm not sure which one. I saw a Moon Pearl at the very beginning before we switched the scene. I'm not sure which one of them got it. Probably Dapper Wormman, because I think it was Link's house.
They both got it, actually.
Okay, they both have it. Cool. And we have a small key to desert for Solski. Strangely enough, in the invitation, like that small key to desert has played a pretty big role twice in seeds. It won't be an issue today because it's just there.
You know, I've done so many of these this week. I'm trying to remember if this played a role in their first game.
It was 2 of the invitational races. I don't know what happened in their first race here. Okay, another drop down for Dapper Wormman. He knows that it's Ganon, so he just check this blind, pick up this small key. And it's a Skullwood small, which is nice to have one of. It makes your routing better, and it protects you against using up both small keys if the Skullwood's layout is bad, but we don't need any more of those.
We got Solski checking. Kakariko, plenty of entrances over here.
We have a nice tier 1 tree pole as well.
There's the old man. I think that's at the Hyrule Castle entrance, but he upgraded his home.
Yeah. That's not a great starting entrance, though, once we get the mountain save, because it's kind of the equivalent of when you get the Sank entrance at the castle. But Dapper Wormman wants to know where the other side of this is right away.
Yeah, other side.
Difficult boots.
Okay.
That's a good entrance. Yeah, that's a good starting point.
Yeah, that one's not bad at all. You would prefer to have one starting in the Dark World, but it's not bad either.
Also, shout-outs to Dapper Wormman's MSC, which I think Danny Music created, was using the other day with the Link to the Past brass music. As a former trumpet player, I very much approve of this one.
That's a Desert Big key. Desert Small and Desert Big early.
We are Fire Rod and a Weapon for Landmo away from being able to finish Desert if we find the back.
Which actually would just be a Fire Rod.
Yeah, that would work. Fire Rod would, yeah, get the Fire Rod. Of course, I'd want a little, yeah, it'd be enough magic. You have to be very precise, but not most of these runners can usually do that.
Yeah, you'd have to be you'd have to be exact with your magic, but yeah, a Fire Rod with a full bar magic can do it.
Yep, absolutely. Ooh, good Ice Rod cave. Anything here? $50. We already bought our expensive 3 bombs, so not as useful.
Map to Eastern. Info's good, but kind of want to see some items.
Yeah, I mean, Moon Pearl's great, but it doesn't do anything unless we find a connector there. And 3 hearts, no weapons. You're not that much better off in the Dark World right now, even with boots, especially with boots, actually, because you just run into things. Or pseudo-boots, I should say.
Yeah, these two runners, for the most part, doing the same checks early.
Yeah, Solsky kind of prioritized the Kakariko area. Dapper Warman just kind of ended up here, following a connector, which turns out to be the mountain save and quit, but we won't have it as a save and quit until we rescue the old man. Big key behind the hammer.
That's not bad.
As long as you remember to go back for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's better than the normal lumberjack spot.
Oh, for sure. Solsky using some of that money to buy bombs. And we're gonna go south. We do have a connector here. Solsky is choosing not to take it. Wouldn't surprise me if he checks these other two entrances first and then takes the connector. Upgrade ferry with this much money. Doesn't quite have enough to buy one. I think he was thinking he did. Maybe he thought he already had 100, or maybe he thought it was 50. I don't know. But not going to be able to get any upgrades right now.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to have both just to get your arrow count up and a few extra
for sure.
rounds, but no, not just yet. I'm not gonna have the other connectors though, or the other houses though. So we'll see if the connector goes. Maybe not.
Yeah, I begin to wonder if we're going to get an early Dark World connector that's going to have some stuff, because what we've gotten is a Moon Pearl. That's it. That's what we have. We have some keys tracked because they've gotten a handful of keys, this Desert Small and Desert Big. But that's about it. Dapper Warman, having done the Houlihan, has a little extra money, so he is able to afford the upgrade ferry.
We've got a nice connector to Meyer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, good to find this early. Let's see what we have here. With the Moon Pearl, this is all in logic. Not a good start, though.
Yeah, I actually only have these two checks. At least not until you get a mirror or a medallion and a sword. Eastern.
Okay, Solsky going into Eastern, Dapper Warman maybe comes back after he checks this other entrance. But, I mean, I feel like the game is telling you this is the place to get the things. There's only 3 items in logic here, but 4 we can get. And the dark room here is not too bad. I think it's probably the easiest dark room in the game. But with 3 hearts, it's not super safe. I would expect Solsky to try and do it, and if he fails, then probably doesn't come back for it right away. But he should be fine. In the meantime, Dapper Warman just says no to Eastern Palace, which is a common sentiment among cross-keys runners. Just don't want to do it.
You can see both, and well, that pays off.
Mm-hmm. I can see the argument of just leaving right now with that glove. We still don't have a weapon, so it'd be nice to find something here.
Yeah, I mean, you still have quite a few entrances to check, so I can see waiting on Eastern, but that's also why an early Eastern can pay off, because it's Spear 1.
Yep, and I mean, it's not that hard for Dapper Warman to get back there, so, you know, if this is the play that has to be made, he should get back here pretty soon. It's his Desert Small. You know, at the time he took to do the Houlihan play, Solsky is able to do a little bit extra exploring, so it has a little bit more knowledge.
We also do see that this Eastern is a pendant. Both runners did come in here with the map, so if they were both paying attention, they would both know it's a pendant at this point.
Yeah, and if it's a pendant, I feel a little bit less bad about dipping it, not being able to finish, because hopefully it just gives you the thing or the things you need, and then you just never ever have to come back. Let's see what's behind the glove that Solsky's gonna be able to do. Oh, it's the well. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's 5 checks.
Yeah, and Solskjaer's gonna be able to do them. He might have seen this already, in which case he might just go straight there.
I think of which connector or which drop down we haven't seen. I don't think we've seen Uncle yet.
That sounds right.
So right now it's looking like that might be our Ganon or GT drop down.
You know, that's kind of the worst. I mean, that's like the worst thing to have at GT, because like literally any other location, you don't even have to drop down. The Sank start being at Lumberjack is also interesting in that we might see some save scumming of small keys in order to steal the key, and some shenanigans in that direction, because nobody wants to have to kill Aga 1 to see the back of Escape. Laser Bridge.
No. There's
Okay.
the other glove.
Okay, there's the other glove. That's not logical. That's not a logical glove, but hey, we'll take it. Those might be fairly early mitts for Solsky. And Dapper Warman might not find his for a while. Nikita Meyer seemed to be the highlight of the well. And I didn't see what big key that was that Dapper Warman just got.
Nikita Hera.
Okay. Always good to have, despite Hera Pot, because that Hera Big Chest will get you in cross keys.
Yes, it will. So both runners with a glove. That's actually kind of good. I mean, I think Dapper Warman's less likely to get back to the other glove.
Yeah.
He's probably going to find that one at some point.
Yeah,
But
I can't imagine Solsky misses Laser Bridge, but Dapper Warman might never find the other glove, which might be good for him, because, you know, if the mitts don't hide anything, then not having them is actually kind of good.
Oh, I think we got another old man that upgraded.
Green Pendant. Green Pendant Eastern, in fact. Turtle Rock Big Key. There's that Fire Rod. And a hammer. So we can kill Lanmo too. We just need to find the back of desert.
Yeah, I mean that big key and small key to desert. I gotta think the desert's gonna show up somewhat soon.
I imagine so. Yeah.
And Chef pointed out that is natural Darkhold Hexes.
Oh, that's crazy. 13 minutes at a cross key sees? What is that?
Yeah.
It does not happen.
Oh, here's something that's... Nope, we don't have a sword. Never mind.
Yeah, we can't quite do this.
If this was last week,
I was just thinking that. Get a mushroom out of it. Dapper Warman. Please turn around. Please. Or just... Yeah, turn around.
He might still be in cross or in swordless mode.
You know, so often, yeah, just isn't remembering, I guess. We saw Sick Kid. We don't have a bottle, so Sick Kid will stay sick for now.
And there's the realization. Oh, I can't cut the curtain.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah. Okay, he got as far as he could, and that's where the vines get cut. So.
Our tracker, who's his teammate, Danny Music, points he didn't even play swordless.
Maybe he just watched too much of it.
Oh.
Okay, so we have no more things that we could do in Eastern Palace, but hey, it guarantees you don't have to triple dip it if he goes back there. Can't do ice. Actually, Dapper Warman can do ice when he finds it. Okay. Yeah, no, he can. Yeah, fire rod, hammer, glove.
Can beat it out of logic.
Yeah, I mean, the logic probably, would most likely want you to have a hook shot. Definitely wants you to have a big key. A small key would be really nice, but we have the tools that we need. I also don't imagine he's gonna try and do it with 3 hearts. 3 hearts, green mail.
And there's your reminder, this is pseudo-boots, not real boots.
Yep. Nope, we did find our way to the mountain.
Bombos on Spec Rock. That's a mirror-locked Bombos.
Yeah, the medallions tend not to meet as much in Cross Keys since they're not opening actual dungeons normally. But they are nice to have for when you get to those areas.
Looks like we found the Old Man Rescue Cave.
Paradox and Solsky can't do because no mirror. Not in logic anyway until you find one of the other entrances.
I think Dapper Warman tried to rescue the old man, but wasn't quite able to do it.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Every once in a while, though, you'll find a second dark room, dark cave in here, and it'll fool you. But usually, when that happens, it's usually the back of Old Man, not because the one connector, the Death Mountain ascent, is pretty noticeable because it has holes that you will fall into.
Mm-hmm. Dapper Warman, though, took a death to the cabbage.
Yeah, not an ideal location. We are still, Solsky with 4 hearts, Dapper Warman with just 3. We are not healthy yet. One of the fun parts of Cross Keys is that you often, early game, you're really underpowered, and then by the end you usually have everything. Oh, good side of Super Bunny for Solsky.
I mean, Cross Keys is usually everything minus silvers.
Yeah. Piece of heart. I also noticed that Dapper Warman's been making a lot of use of that, looks like a tier 1 tree pole with the 80 rupees. Okay, so he's gonna hit the well, so that's good. I'll say Laser Bridge is over in this area for Solsky.
Yeah, we visit the shop.
So I imagine he'll do this. So I didn't realize it was a small key to Castle Tower in the well.
The eggplant is fried.
So Solsky's gonna be mitts very early, assuming he gets through all these laser skips. The nice thing is, I mean, if you die, you're just still right there.
Yeah. Oh, that beetle is hungry.
Nice use of the iframes from that bomb. Okay, mitts for Solsky. The nice thing about early mitts is that just all those extra little checks you can do, and there's not that much that's behind the mitts. But he'll be able to do them a little bit more on path. And he's also getting his big key to Hera. Yeah, chat pointing out that the bomb stunned the beetle. I don't think I'd realize that either. That's something I've ever tried before.
Yeah, it's something I know, but I don't know how much I make actual use of it.
Yep.
Is Dapper, you gonna dive? Nope.
You still only got 3 hearts. I don't blame him for not wanting to do this right now. I think I could see maybe going to the first chest, but then it's kind of hard to... Going much further is just super, super dangerous on this low health and this equipment set. I'm gonna peek the desert ledge. It's a small key.
Solstice's making his way to the eastern entrance where he'll get his hammer and he'll have his Dark World access as well.
We'll have this good Dark World. He already has the Kakariko portal, but this will be better. The one bad thing about finding out that Eastern is the green pendant is that we already knew Eastern was a pendant, so it's slightly redundant information.
Yeah, that's true. You'd prefer another pendant.
Yep. So where is this back of desert? This is desert here, so we can get things here. You have a big key. You could get stuff there. I would get the stuff. I'm not sure I'd follow the connector, but I would get the, because you have the big key, you've got the small key, so there's 4 items you can get in that entrance.
Yeah,
you can peek the boots item too.
Yeah, I definitely would check those items. Like, not check the connector, but that's 4 quick items.
It may be that he's gonna come back to this because he doesn't have the myth, so he can go to the right and do East Dark World. He can do a handful of things to the west, and there's 2 of those things are items because Dig Game. Oh, here's back a desert. And maybe just comes back and does the connectors and the items all at the same time.
Okay, so 3 hearts landmo.
Not ideal, but if you get a nice quick kill, you should be fine. Polsky decides he is going to check at least the items. We'll see if he follows the connectors. He'll be able to get a heart pot here to get himself full. He also has the hammer as a backup, although hammer and land mode kind of sucks. It's a terrible way to fight.
Not the greatest weapon, but
it does work.
Yeah, and it's at least does good damage.
Yeah, at least it means that you're not just stuck with hoping your bombs might hit if you miss the fire rod shots. So. He's got 2 shots left, 2 more shots he needs to hit. Okay, he's 1 shot left. And we should switch to the hammer, I assume. 2 more hammer hits, I think. A torch has nothing. There we go.
There's nothing in the front that Solsky found, and just a key to Turtle Rock, so... But it is a crystal, at least.
It is a crystal. I mean, logically speaking, those Turtle Rock small keys matter, but typically, depending on your Turtle Rock entry layout, you can indeed hard require as few as 1. And looks like we're gonna go to the east here. Solsky's already in the east. It must have been one of the desert connectors must have taken him here, and he's grabbed Kiki, because Kiki just doesn't want to be left behind.
It doesn't left let out of the pod.
Also, hammer dash without a sword doesn't quite work. Which was very sad last week. So I see the question about pseudo-boots in chat. Pseudo-boots are basically, they let you move fast like boots, but they don't let you do most of the checks. The bonk distance is lessened, so you can't bonk most of the skips. There are one or two that you can. You can't get items like, say, off the library or the desert torch, and you can't do any of the tricks that we often do with boots, which like these hovering, water walks, stuff like that.
Yeah. Dapper War Man's about to find out what the geeky scam of the day is.
He's gonna have another shot at going into desert.
Actually, this is kind of worked out because he's kind of at a spot where you don't want to go back.
Yeah, I agree. And Misery Mire for Solski, and without real boots, we cannot bonk that gap.
I think Dapper's kind of a normal logic here. Completely forgot to just go check the big chest right away.
I mean, how often do you find desert the first time and you're able to clear everything? Except not being able to get the torch item. So, yeah, I don't blame him. Of course, he just beat Landmo, so you'd think he'd remember he had the big key.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes it's easy to forget these things. But there was nothing in the big chest, so it should be fine if he never remembers to go back.
It was a heart container, which...
Okay, he doesn't need that heart container, but boy would he like to have one right now.
Exactly.
Another funny thing, yeah, the early part of Cross Keys where you have nothing, and then by the end you've got like 18 hearts. 18 hearts, red mail.
Yeah, desert kind of just...
There's our other desert entrance.
Yeah, desert kind of just felt like a bust. Old man just had a red boomerang.
As a... With all the things that it said they gave us to do all the desert stuff, there's just nothing there. Other than we do have the crystal on Dapper Warman's side, so that's good. Yeah, let's see if Dapper Warman maybe going to the... Nope, still going to the east. The thing I like about the West play is there's 2 flat-out items there, and a couple of entrances that, and then you just get gated. And he doesn't, since he doesn't have mitts, he can't go any further, and then he can just come back to the east. But he also gets an item here. Just please don't get hit. Half a heart's, he's Oko no matter what. Watch the Ropa. Fight Cave on Solski's side. That's not gonna... Can't really do that with our loadout right now. I did not see the item on the ledge, but I'm guessing it was nothing, since he looks like he ran away from it pretty darn fast.
Yeah, we're getting the magical stop frames at the right moment. Now.
But the music keeps going, so we get this sweet brass music.
Ooh,
hi, GT. Okay, so he could sequence break the left side, but he'd have to do it with bomb jumps, and with only 3 hearts and green mail, that seems like a very tough proposition. Does get a sword, though. That's really nice.
Oh yeah, that's very helpful.
See what he does. Let's see what's on the torch. This is probably just scouting the torch right now. Oh, hi, Silvers.
You'd love to have that right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You can get a bomb jump.
Maybe just gonna do Stealthless Room? We'll see. With only 3 hearts, it's just... Okay, with only 2 hearts. Because he would need to do 2 bomb jumps to get over there. Is going to try again. No, he's just leaving. Okay. Okay, maybe we'll get a better look at that pyramid ledge item from Solsky. By the way, that's kind of an awful spot for GT. Because GT often takes multiple dips. And that's a terrible spot to get to. A little bit better in this case because we do have full-on Dark World access, but oof.
That's a rough spot to die for Dapper Worm, man.
Yeah, that Ropo meant business. And he cannot pick up the bow because we don't have real boots right now. We have pseudo-boots. And that's one of the things that pseudo-boots can't do. So Solsky's gonna get a sword. He'll be happy about that.
Is Dapper Worm going straight back for Catfish?
Yeah, could be. Okay, let's see if Solsky decides to go beyond the torch here. He's got 4 hearts, so it's a little better. Oh, he's going for Skull Woods. Okay. I mean, he's got the hammer. But this is not an easy fight.
Yeah, 3 heart green mail. He can basically take 1 hit. Well, he can't even take 1 hit at this point safely.
I was gonna say he could grab this heart, but okay, he's got another heart he can grab.
Yeah, with 3 hearts, you can take 1 hit for sure, but depending on what you hit by, it's 1 or 2 hearts of damage.
Right. The spikes are always 1 heart no matter what, and Moth, and I think the beams as well are 2. Oh hey, blue cane to put laser bridge in logic. So our myths are in logic now.
Oh,
I think he had that one. Only had 1 more hit. That's really unfortunate.
He's going for it again.
Meanwhile, Solsky's gonna do a fake flipper over to the dark shopping mall area. It's a very dangerous fake flipper. Well, this part isn't dangerous, but once he goes through the whirlpool, now it becomes dangerous. Okay, but he makes it. Of course, don't get through the fake flipper only to die to the overworld item. Enemies, Solsky, please. Oof. Turtle Rock West.
So this is where I might use... Was that a mirror?
That was a mirror. We can't get that right now. Solsky can hover if we had real boots, but... So he might keep that in mind for later. Okay, Dapper Worm, I'm gonna give up on Skullwoods for now. I think that's the right call.
Yeah.
Solsky's gonna do some Turtle Rock dipping. Probably will take the Poke Key and do the four key lava chest. And then end the Chain Chomps. Only Chain Chomps in logic right now, but this is pretty much on path. And you've got a Fire Rod to kill the Poke with, so it's not so bad. I love that the eggplant turns into what I think is a peach.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a peach.
Oh great, it's a compass. It's completely useless. It's already cleared out desert. Behind 4 Turtle Rock small keys.
And one of those Turtle Rock small keys being on the desert boss.
Yep. And the in-logic thing, just 10 arrows. Okay, Dapper Worm, I'm gonna rescue the old man for real this time. It's much easier with the sword. Still can't do Misery Mire. We'll get our first look at Village of Outcast from Solski. Yeah, that Kakariko start point with mitts. Really nice. Actually, looks like he wants to do front of Skullwoods first.
Dapper Wormman really would love to find a heart container.
Oh gosh, I know. Wow. I mean, we've only found... I guess Solski's... I think Solski's is 2 heart containers, not pieces. I'm not 100% sure. Making nice use of that boomerang Solski is to stun the Gibdos.
That's probably just faster to put up with this.
I think we need to switch audio back.
Yeah, I know we all love Solski's voice, but I don't
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
it.
Now, my understanding is this little bonk that you could do to get to sequence break around. I think you can do this one with the Pseudo-boots.
I believe you can, yes.
I mean, I personally haven't tried it, but that is what I've been told.
He's trying to. I think he's trying to jump the gap.
Can you jump the gap? The bomb jump I always see is the one that rail clips. Well, he did make it, so gets a sword out of it.
And that was a bit of a frustration.
Yeah. Get one more item out of this.
There's a heart container.
Yay! And that heart container is logical. We did see an entrance to. We do have an entrance of Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
That'll get you there. So it's just the big chest. It's not in logic, but you know, we'll take a master sword.
Just bonk
This
now.
is the real clip. Oh nope, he just wants to go this way. This works too. But yeah, he must not know that you can do the bonk to do the clip. And Solski finds his way to the back of desert, which he will no doubt clear. Yeah, chat saying it's sort of faster, and maybe it is, but I feel like when you have 4 hearts max, maybe not using a heart to do a bomb jump that you can avoid. Also assuming you're good at setting up the bomb jump. Unfortunately, taking a death to the pokey there. He's got no magic. That's the issue.
Yeah.
So the pokey, you know, pretty easily dealt with if you have the fire rod, but you know, fire rod doesn't do any good if you don't have magic.
Yeah, Dapper Wormman's taken quite a few deaths so far. Now, I do wonder a little bit if the mentality for Dapper Wormman is a little different, knowing that he's already in the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I think you might still be playing for seeding, but that's about it.
Yeah, I imagine that seeding won't be quite figured out until the end of next week. But they are 10-1 overall and have clinched their division, so... Those would be strictly for seeding.
Oh. Well, yeah. And their teammate, our tracker Danny Music, saying that they're confirmed to have the top spot in the division. But I think there's still conference seeding, I think.
Yeah, I imagine like it probably won't matter until you get to the later rounds. But it might make a difference late round. I mean, I think top 4 gets a bye, so
yeah, top 4 gets a bye, so it wouldn't matter first round. Second round, you'd be favored no matter what, so it wouldn't matter there. It wouldn't matter until the third round of the playoffs, basically.
Yeah, that sounds right. Dapper Warman getting his 10 arrows. I don't think we've seen Midgame yet. Solsky gets out of this. It's a small key. Okay, GT small. That'll be nice once we have something to actually reasonably get us through GT basement.
Yeah, either a Samaria or Hookshot.
I mean, even boots, which, would still be out of logic, but if they had real boots, a lot of runners will bonk the left side. No, I don't think anybody thinks that there's throwing going on, but, I mean, there's definitely, I think, a different mentality. And sometimes it might not even make it better, not necessarily better or worse, but, when there's less on the line.
Yeah, it might be. He might be having that, different mentality, but not even realize it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Because knows regardless he's in playoffs, he's got a first round bye. So.
Yep.
But his teammate also brings up a good point that he might just be tilted.
Tilt is a thing. That is a very, very real thing that can happen in these. We're early enough that I wouldn't even... I mean, he's got that nice Master Sword. I wouldn't give anybody an advantage yet. We're so early. Solsky with those mitts. Mitts is a double-edged sword, so to speak, because sometimes they just lead you to do things that you don't need to do. If there's nothing behind mitts, Dapper Warman never needs to get them. And just saves time that way. Meantime, we're going to get an out-of-logic flippers check from Dapper Warman.
Kind of taking stock of what we've seen. We haven't seen Hera yet. Haven't seen Pod.
We're missing a lot of dungeons, I think.
Yeah, we haven't seen Thieves Town. We have seen Ice, but neither runner's decided to try to tip it yet. We were making a big deal about Desert early, but Ice...
Ice is available. Not logically full clearable, because we don't have the big key. And you really want to have a lot of the logic is Hookshot. But there's a lot of in-logic stuff in Ice, and we can do everything but the big chest right now.
There's Thieves Town.
So we don't have a big key. We're going to take the Smith on a bit of a tour.
Vanilla Waterfall.
That's really nice here, because you just do it and never have to worry about it again with the fake flipper. Small key to Hera. So our flippers will not be in Hera basement. There's the Eastern big key. Okay, Solsky, let's go back to Eastern. Get that green pendant. Always nice to find Mimic Cave when you already have the hammer.
Yeah, it's a rare occurrence.
Sure is. Oh, there's the Thieves Town small key.
Still don't know where the Thieves Town big is. It's not in Thieves Town.
Nope. Solsky having just exhausted everything he can do here.
Oh, Dapworm's gonna go pick up this big key we saw early.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Let's hope Solsky remembers this at some point as well. It's very easy to forget this and the glove lock location. Because you often see it really, really early. Although in this case we had the items a lot. Oh, there's the Thieves Town big key. Okay, well when he finds Thieves Town, he's just gonna be able to beat it.
Yeah, he's gonna one-shot Thieves Town.
So that's good news for him, especially if it turns out to be a crystal. Or even if there's just something in the back that he gets that Solsky was unable to get. Ooh, there's Cane of Samaria. That makes Ice Palace a little bit more palatable. And a red bottle also makes it better. So it's a little extra safety there.
Yeah, as you said, Ice Palace might start to look good for Solsky.
Yeah. Like Dapper Warman is gonna find Thieves Town really soon, so that's gonna be good for him.
So for Solsky, that Samaria might be time. Going back to GT looks really appealing too right now because you've got now 9 more checks that are open.
Yeah, because you can go all the way to the back. You've got a bow for the Ice Arbos fight, which makes that much better. Dapper Warman, I'm gonna check the front of Skullwoods. Do you remember where the smith was? The smith house was? I sure don't.
I think it's in CAC somewhere.
It often is. Solsky's setting up a water walk for something. What was on Lake Hylia?
I don't think it was anything important, but he doesn't have a mirror, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so he just wants to go to East Dark World. Okay. You've got Hammer, so I'm not entirely sure why he's going this far. Oh, he must not have gotten the water walk. It looks like he tested it and had it, so I don't know why what went wrong. He also doesn't have boots. Leave it. Yeah, thank you, Vortex. Water walks do not work with Pseudo-boots. So that's a bit of lost time for Solsky. Okay, I think we're gonna get that Smith turn in here. There's the Smith. Smith safely home. Just 20 rupees. I mean, there's an example of something that took a little bit extra time on Solsky's side if Dapper Warman never finds the bits. Just 20 rupees there. Okay, Solsky remembering his drop-down big key. He will feel sad that he gets the Thieves Town big after he was in Thieves Town.
He hasn't found the Thieves Town small yet.
Yeah, I would imagine that if he had the Thieves Town small, he'd be rushing Thieves Town, and since he doesn't, he might still rush Thieves Town. But it's definitely a less likely thing, I think. Nice single rupee on the mushroom.
I guess that was a good quality mushroom. It's one of those, I guess, canned mushrooms. Which honestly are still pretty nice. You saute them up a little bit. And you can still actually make some good stuff with them. That's no portobello there. And I think that's the end of my mushroom talk.
Oh, we got Solsky going in for the Skullwoods fight for Moth. He still does his He's got more hearts. That's about all I can say for this compared to what Dapper Warman tried to do. He can also skip the killing the Gibdo here since he has a key, which is really nice.
Yeah, 7 hearts, still fighter sword with green mail. He does also have the hammer. He's also got a good amount of magic, so...
He's got, looks like 6 fire rod shots. Would be 8 total to do mouth with just fire rod. Assuming you don't get any spike hits in there. There we go. Very nice fight by Solsky. It's just a red shield for his trouble. And it is a crystal, so that's
Well,
two crystals for Solsky.
We knew that one was a crystal because that's a red crystal.
Oh, gotcha. Totally forgot. For whatever reason, the little C that goes into the, C or P that goes in does not show up from talking to the bomb guy or from talking to Saha for the green pendant. You have to actually have the map for the letter to show up.
Here's Thieves Town for Dapper Warman, who does have both keys, so...
Yeah, no reason for him not to finish this. We don't know if this is a pendant or a crystal.
Yeah, you got 8 checks in here, you're doing this right now.
Oh, for sure. Honestly, even if I knew this was a pendant, I'd probably full clear it. It's 4 extra items.
Yeah, I could see that. Like, right now, density-wise, this is a really good check. Solsky going back into GT, so this is going to be the right side play.
Yep. Has the cape for tile room if he chooses to do it. Has 3 small keys as well. I think he might... I'm not sure if he grabbed the pot small key already or not.
Oh, well, we've got a little bit of a break. Again, shout out to our trackers, Danny Music and Lady Laura Linda, for tracking everything going on in this one. And make sure to give our runners a follow as well.
Trackers always are MVPs. Can't do it without them.
Anything good in tile room? Nope.
Nope. Is there ever anything good in tile room?
Occasionally. But that's when you leave it behind.
Of course. Okay, 10 arrows is the next check in Thieves Town.
Still 4 checks coming up for Solsky.
These are not in logic without 4 GT smalls. We do them anyway because it'd be really silly to not pick them up as we walk by. Because the back is in logic. There's an Ice Palace small key. We don't really need a lot of. It does make routing a little bit easier.
I don't know if we've seen the stun prize yet. I feel like we have. I just can't think of what it is
I
off the top.
haven't noticed it.
Nope, can't bonk that.
Okay, let's see what this big chest is and whether it'll be relevant. Whether Solsky waits for the small key or not, it will not be relevant. So Solsky doesn't wait for the small key to go back to Thieves Town, he will be fine. Just 20 rupees. And this is the other bonk that's supposed to work. But we'll just bomb jump it instead. Dad's saying Stun Prize was 20 rupees, so money's just not going to be an issue today. Stun Prize in a tier 1 tree pool.
One extra arrow for taking on Armos.
Small key to Misery Mire.
Did get another crystal.
Yeah, so we're happy that we got a crystal, but yeah, there just wasn't much in Thieves Town. And small key to Misery Mire, I think that's his first, which again is another one that makes your routing better. Just the first one, but other than that, has logical relevance for the left side, but most runners will not skip those left side checks just because they don't have the small key.
Yeah. You know, Solsky gets the all-important book.
Yeah, is that the only thing we got out of the right side GT check? I don't think we really got anything.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. No mirror we can't even use it yet, well, except exactly the desert entrance.
Yep, desert entrance is the only thing that's good for right now.
I mean, I guess we could check pad, but it's a little early to be worrying about that. We don't even know what our pendants are.
Yeah, I would pendant. I mean, we got Eastern as a pendant, but that's it. That's all I know for sure.
Yep.
And Solsky might take that book right away and check that entrance. Or maybe not.
Well, he's got bottle for sick kid. He could do this on the way. Oh, hey, real boots! We can bonk for real! We can go back to Hookshot Cave for one item. Solsky gets his Master Sword because he has actual.
Which he tried to celebrate by hovering, but.
Okay, Solsky, why? We know you can hover. Usually you hover better than that.
Yeah, that one was just total trying to show off. Like you had.
It sure was.
He set up.
And chat pointing out, yeah, he can go next time he goes to GT, he can grab his silvers, which is nice. Could also sequence break the left side a lot easier now. And there is the firebar room, which is in logic with boots, but the only problem is we only have 3 small keys at most. You need 4 for that to be logical, but you do it anyway if you have 3, because as long as you don't open that middle door, you're fine. Not sure why we're going to Laser Bridge. Where was Laser Bridge? Is he just using this as a connector?
I guess so.
Because he's done the checks.
You can't get to. Well, you can get to Trinex, but no Ice Rod to beat it.
Wait,
I think he just wanted magic.
You know, that might be, yeah. Okay, Dapper Warmer also gonna do his GT right side and not get a whole lot out of it. Yeah, I think we're gonna follow that book.
Or is this Hookshot Cave? Ice Palace.
Oh, we're gonna do ice. Okay.
Okay.
Master Sword. I mean, this isn't a terrible Ice Palace loadout, but it's not great either. With 1 magic bar and no bombos, he's gonna have to either have full magic or full health to actually even do the cold stair fight. If he has full health, he can dupe some of the fire rod shots with sword beams. But yeah, he's gonna have to. The big thing here is he's just gonna have to watch his magic. We do have 6 basically in logic checks. I say basically, I'm not 100% sure about the hook lock side. We have 1 small key, which would get us over there, but I'm not sure if you don't have hookshot, it might need 2 small keys. But we're gonna do them anyway, since we have Icebreaker.
And he's gonna hit the switch, which means he's intending to clear it.
Yep, because he will not be able to clear it without the big key if he hasn't hit the switch. So fun fact about the room the Dapper Warman went through, the floor doesn't start going away until you get far enough south in the room. I'm not sure what the exact pixel is. So you actually have, there's those 2 heart pots at the top. You actually have plenty of time to get those heart pots if you want them. 10 arrows, so far Ice Pal's not really paying off. But we got a lot of checks left.
Foreman's gotta be careful down to 1 heart again. Speaking of hearts, there's another one on Solski's side.
See if he knows you can bonk this. Does not.
No, now you can't.
Unfortunate. Unfortunately, he's gonna, lose some health for trying to bomb jump this and be down to 1. Okay, next check on Solski's side. Just compass. Oh, this, you need to reset this room now. Fortunately, those are not part of the same super tile, so the floor is reset. All that for the single arrow. So far, I don't think Ice has had anything.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
That heart piece is the last in-logic thing. We'll see if the out-of-logic cold stare item is anything. So to the idea of fake powdering Bob, the only problem with that is I'm pretty certain Dapper Warman has turned in his mushroom and it's long gone, so fake powder was not an option. Really hard to save your mushroom for fake powder in cross keys.
Still seeing this ship going into cold stare, full health and full magic.
Yeah, this should be good. We'll see if he tries to dupe some of this. But yeah, he's going to dupe some of these fire rod shots. If he does it perfectly, he's still going to have 4 fire rod shots, which looks like he did. Yeah, makes good use of them. Now we'll have to switch to hammer and or sword spins. I mean, technically you could do slashes as well, but I really like spins on the cold stare puffs because you can double hit them. You can hit multiple puffs at the same time.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. One more puff hit and he will die.
Okay, handled that very well. I was about to say, I think he has a red potion, but he gets a tempered sword out of that. That's rude. And a pendant. Okay, so you don't say no to the tempered sword, but you're not happy about this clear because the amount of time it saves you, especially since you know you're getting silvers, is probably not the amount of time you spent in that dungeon. And you didn't get anything else. Okay, what is required to get to Ganon? 7 crystals and access to the Ganon hole. The Ganon hole in this case is at the Fairy Cave in the northeast part of Hyrule. So we already have access to that. It can also be vanilla, and it can also be behind Aga 1. And here's Eastern for Dapper Warman, gonna get his mitts.
Okay, this is interesting. Solski found the front of Escape. We have not seen this yet.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be really interesting to see how he deals with this, since the back of Escape is behind Castle Tower. Which we don't really want to do. So you could just leave after getting the first 2 items and save the key, so you can come back later and scum it. We are going to get 2 extra checks from Dapper Warm Man. Actually, 3. Yeah, 3. Green pendant. So if there's something here, might be a really long time before Solski gets back there. Ooh, flippers.
I think you gotta save that.
I would take a death warp right here, right now.
He's leaving just Zelda's cell behind.
Yeah, I guess he's just walking. He maybe wants us to check the connector. But yeah, you're right. You got to keep those flippers. He can come back later and, you know, off a save and quit, and check the last item and reset if it's nothing, or if he gets the Hyrule Castle small key before then it's just not an issue anymore. You don't see people walk out of Hyrule Castle very often, but I think this is. I mean, he doesn't have anything that's really good for killing him.
Yeah, this is...
Oh, he's just flat out gonna steal the key. Okay.
So he's basically decided that he's gonna leave the Zelda cell item behind, and...
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of doing this in this particular way, just because if there is something required in Zelda cell, even if there's something in the back, your only way of getting that required item is the Hyrule Castle small key. Whereas if there's something in both, there is a second way of accessing, even if it's a crappy way that you don't want to do. There is a second way of accessing the back.
Small key to pod. We haven't seen too many of those yet. Which is weird, over an hour into a...
Yeah, there's 6 of them, yeah. Okay, I did not see what was in the big chest watching Solski in the dark.
Yeah, I didn't see
I'm sure chat would have exploded if it was something significant.
Yeah.
We have 2 more checks that matter. Ah, shield. A heart piece in the big chest, okay.
So is this play gonna pay off for Solski?
We won't really know for sure until and unless we find out what's in Zelda cell. Well, let's see what we got here. Ether, okay. Small key to Turtle Rock. So probably a logically required Aga 1, assuming Turtle Rock is a pendant, which we don't know. I mean, Turtle Rock could be... Sorry, assuming Turtle Rock's a crystal. Logically, we do need all 4 TR small keys, but practically we don't.
That's a key. Okay.
Okay, that's a... Not completely insignificant, depending on where the other pot smalls and depending on what's behind the 6 item checks, but not that significant. And not enough to say that advantage Dapper Warman for having done that fight, and Solski's, you know, in trouble for not doing it anytime soon. But it's not completely irrelevant. It could come into play later.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, but Solstice's gonna pick up that mirror.
Oh yeah, he finding this back way. I forget where the other side of this was. He could hover his way back if he wants to, because we have seen all the entrances here. Yeah, he wants to be in the other side of this, whatever it is. Ah, okay. The dark shopping mall area, which is behind a Hyrule Castle small key.
Nothing on green.
So only if that pod small key comes into play, does Dapper Wormer have an advantage for having done that Eastern check later?
Yeah, it'd have to be also a situation where one of the pod smalls is just buried as well, probably.
Yeah. Which, I mean, can happen. Oh, supposed to be going back to Hookshot Cave, so probably gonna hover this to get all the items. Of course, first has to walk over the floor. Which I mess up all the time too, so. First item irrelevant. Piece of heart. Meanwhile, Dapper Wormman in his rematch with Moth. That is not the one you want to miss. Oh, could cover from here. But he still needs to get back to that other one. Maybe you can follow to that? I actually don't know. No, he's just gonna hover it, okay. Blue mail's nice. We get a slightly bluer purple for the eggplant.
Dapper Warman's got his 3rd crystal. 4th dungeon clear.
Yeah, 1 crystal ahead of Solsky with that Thieves Town clear. Solsky, meanwhile, is going to go ahead and explore Misery Mire, which is completable, but not logically, because technically we need the lamp for this. That won't stop Solsky from finishing it, though. I might have grabbed the silvers before doing this, just to make the Viddy fight free.
Yeah, well...
It's such a bad spot, though.
I'm trying to remember where the Mire entrance was. I mean, I know you just went in, but I can't remember.
I know, right? I don't think Dapper Warband hovers. Danny Music, his teammate, can verify for me if he likes. Exit of an old man cave. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's ugly. Like, to go back to...
Yeah, GT is kind of in an awkward spot too.
Yeah, to go back to just for silvers. You really want...
I would probably just bonk it. Go get my silvers and do the sequence break of the left side at that point.
But to be fair, Solsky's got...
He got Temper Sword in a cave, so it's not too bad.
Yeah. I think, as much as I want to get him, I think it makes sense. Meanwhile, Dapper pulling out the book. I'm not sure why, because he can't get to the ether tablet. Oh, but I don't think we've seen this connector.
No, I don't think we have. And we can do it because we have the cape. I think he wants to check the other entrance here first. I think it's pretty smart. Sigh. Spike Cave, not exactly what you want to find when you don't want to save and quit out of it.
Let's see if it pays off. Nope.
And a Quake medallion at the cutscene chest.
I guess there's a very small chance it's gonna pay off, but...
Yeah, it could. Alright, Dapper Warman does make it out, so that's good. Except he has no magic to do the cape now for the bumper cape. That's so bad. Piece of heart. No, nothing in the bottles. So he's gonna do that later. If he'd had Hookshot, he could have gotten through, but unfortunately, not gonna work with Cape No Magic. Gets his real boots. Half magic for Solsky is really nice. I think that's about the highlight of what we've seen in Misery Mire, though.
I think so, yeah.
And I guess Solsky just has no Misery Mire small keys, so... He had to steal the pot key.
Everyone
just
man
gonna-
found the dam. We have not seen the We have not seen Swamp yet, though.
Nope. Good chance we need to do it. We only have one pendant left. Also doing a nice job with these Misery Mire dark rooms. I do think these are the hardest ones to learn the first time, but once you know how to do them, they're pretty okay.
That sounds about. I'd say that describes it pretty well. We're gonna see the other side of the Bonk Rock Spreadling's house.
Yeah, I don't think Solsu's done either of these checks. And it's a dark room. Given that we've already rescued the old man, it's not really a high incentive to try and go through that.
Yeah, there is the one connector, but I'm not even sure what the status on that one is.
Yeah, it's one I refuse to learn because it's so rarely relevant. And so often you just find enough dark entrances that you know you don't have to worry about it before actually going through it.
Solsky takes out Viddy. Nope, just bombs there. That's
It's crystal. Okay, we got another crystal.
Interestingly, that's the second red crystal.
Oh yeah. Behind the lamp.
It is an entrance you can check if you want to.
Where was the bomb shop?
I don't even remember. I feel like it's in the
Yeah, I don't.
in the pod area.
Oh, then that's easy to drag over. It's not so bad if it's there. The big bomb shop, if it were say here on Death Mountain, you'd actually have to have the flute deck to do it. We're gonna get the bombos. And Solsky will complete his medallion collection while Dapper Warman sees not to have any. Solsky about to find Spike Cave. With half magic, this will be much easier for him to go all the way through. And still have magic left for the bumper cave if he wants to do it.
He also has the mirror, so he can check ether tablets, the Hera entrance, and Paradox
Yeah.
Top, maybe even a couple more caves over on East Death Mountain.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he did that. So Dapper Warman has grabbed the smith. We know this is nothing.
Time for a Philip. Ether tablets. Just money.
So far, the book really not doing anything for us. Got us Hyrule Castle. I don't think we've actually checked those connectors yet either, but
Hyrule Castle.
we don't.
Hyrule Castle did have flippers, but those are locked behind the Hyrule
The small
Castle
key,
small
yeah.
key.
And it may be the other two Hyrule Castle connectors will be available. We just don't know yet because Solsky decided to go all the way through it when he was in there. There's a small key.
Double ether, so that Quake is not needed.
Quite completely irrelevant. Pinball small key always going to be a Skullwood small. So if you fall into there accidentally, you can always get out. Oh, hi, God.
Okay.
But only got 2 small keys, no big key. So you imagine you clear everything, but obviously the big chest and Helmosaur, but also you'd skip the big key chest and the harmless hallway. Not that much actually in logic because you need 4 for a lot of the stuff in the back and 6 for a bunch of stuff as well. With the hammer jump, we can get those 6 the Dark Maze items though.
Where did Solsky find that ether medallion?
I don't remember. Back of escape. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. So behind either the Hyrule Castle Small or 2 Castle Tower Smalls. And the lamp. So, we're not finding a lamp here.
I think that's all our GT smalls.
You need a big to have the climb be in logic. And it's 2 items so, behind the climb, we think, so... The 6 item check. Nice blue potion there. There's one of those Castle Tower Smalls.
We've seen both now.
Oh, they each have a different one, don't they?
Yeah. Actually, no, Solsky's got both.
Oh, he does? Okay. So the Hyrule Castle small key, I think, has to be available? Yeah. Because with the second Castle Tower key in here, you're meant to get the ether to get in here in the first place by having the Hyrule Castle small. ₹20. Small key to Misery Mire, which we really don't care about if you're Solsky.
Yeah. Can't check the harmless hallway, so you're down to 2 checks in the Dark Maze.
Yep, you do. No big key. Small key to Misery Mire.
New checks on both sides, bombs and a map.
Oh, Dapper Warman can tell if he checks his map. He can tell us whether that's a pennant or a crystal.
Well, once he gets Dark World.
If he's in the Dark World. I don't imagine he's gonna do a map check anytime soon, though. We saw the other end of this entrance. I think Dapper Warman actually went through it. So nothing new there. Dapper Warman gonna get his mirror. Oh, Castle Tower. No, not gonna be finishing this off. We will check the two locations here. Unfortunately, Solstice's going to only have one shot at getting the torch in the next room. And misses. It's not free. If you have enough shots, then it's pretty free. But with only one shot, it's definitely not. But he gets it anyway. One more check here that we haven't done. And it's nothing. Like I said, have we even been on this part of the mountain now that I think about it? These are all new. Dark room of some sort. Chicken hut. Okay, piece of heart. Blindside on Dapper Warman's side. It's another pod small. Can't remember if we saw this on Solski's side or not. And now I see why I don't remember. There's not a whole lot there if he did do it. Ooh, Paradox Cave. That's an important entrance. 7 items here. ₹50. There's our lamp. Big key to Ganon's tower. Small key to pod. Red mail. We get the white eggplant. Why the eggplant turns white on red mail, I don't know. And ₹100. And I imagine he'll check some of these connectors. Now, Dapper Worm, I'm going to grab that mirror and check some new entrances for us over at the top of Hyrule Castle. Nothing there. Here we go. There's a Mimic Cave for Solski. We saw this earlier on Dapper Warman's side when he sequence broke this. There's that Thieves Town small key for Solski, which means he may go to back do Thieves Town relatively soon.
So, kind of looking where we're at. I think the only dungeon we're still looking... Well, we're looking for Hera and Pod... Or not, no. Hera and Swamp.
Hera and Swamp, that's correct. And we need a Swamp small key anyway. And we don't know our last pendant still.
I think at least one of the runners has the pod map, but we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, one of them's been in pod, and the other one has the map. And unfortunately, the one that has the map isn't getting there anytime soon, because he's got to sequence break his way to the back of Escape to get that ether.
Oh yeah, that's where ether was.
And he has to get it that way. There's got to be... We know there's a small key to Hyrule Castle somewhere hanging out to put that in logic, because the Castle Tower Small, the second one, was in pod behind that ether. So... Hyrule Castle small key has to be hanging out somewhere. Now, this might be Dapper Worm going to the Hyrule Castle entrance, but it has, you know, Bombo's tablet he can check with the mirror. Small key to Hera.
No.
Oh, right, we had that from Dapper Warman, because he sequence broke this ages ago.
Now, this is actually interesting thing about Hyrule Castle, in that it depends on if Pod is a... Oh, that's a hookshot.
Oh, wow. Did Dapper Warman not scout that? I guess not. Because he got the Hyrule Castle, the Tower of Hera small key. And I didn't realize he didn't ever see that. I believe he would have had splash delete items to do it if he'd wanted to. Dapper Warman gonna give some time back to Solsky doing this Ice Palace, but we'll get a Temper Sword out of it.
Yeah, interestingly enough, this hookshot still has a logic. I mean, this is locked behind the Hyrule Castle small key as well.
It sure is.
But what I was mentioning about Hyrule Castle is, with the flippers in the boomerang chest and ether in the back, unless Pod ends up being a pendant, this seed is definitely requiring that Hyrule Castle small.
Yep. I mean, it's going to require it either way, because either Pod or Swamp, one of them has to be a crystal.
Yeah.
This question, logically require it, of course. And we don't know what's in Zelda Cell. Because Solsky stole the key in the boomerang chest room.
I wonder, like, Chad actually just put out something like this, but I'm gonna say also, I wonder if there's a connector we need to find, or at least a connector we need to use, because I feel like we need to find a connector to either a floating island to check that key, or to the TR Big Chest entrance to get to Mimic Cave entrance.
Yeah. We haven't seen either. We saw all 3 desert exits. I believe we've seen all the Turtle. I don't know if we saw the front of Turtle Rock. We saw all the other 3. We have not seen. I don't think we've seen any of the Hyrule Castle exits. Dapper Warmer hasn't even been to Hyrule Castle. And since Solsky went all the way to the back, we didn't see the east or the west exit. And oh yeah, there's that bumper connector that neither one has done.
This one was Desert Right. Yep, that's Desert Right.
Yeah, we saw this. Desert was just a complete bust other than having a crystal in the back. Despite the game giving us everything we needed to very early. And we did see Paradox Cave recently. We saw one of the exits. I don't think we saw both exits from Paradox Cave. It was Death Mountain, East Death Mountain. I don't recall whether it was the dark or the light. It was one of the 2 cave entrances.
So yeah, definitely feels like the connection's at large right now.
Yeah. So Solsky is probably into Thieves Town now. I believe this is where that is. Or maybe not.
Yeah, it's in this area. I can't remember exactly where.
As long as he remembers where it is. This must be it right here. Yeah, there it is.
So both runners doing dungeons, the other's done.
And neither one knows that they're getting whether they're getting a pendant or a crystal. Solsky's going to get a crystal out of this. Dapper Warman's going to get a pendant.
They'll be tied at 5 dungeons apiece, but Solsky will have an extra crystal done, I think. Because it'll be Eastern Palace done for Dapper Warman versus Maya done for Solsky.
Right. Also, Solsky having explored most of Pod, which may or may not be relevant, because it's entirely possible if Dapper Warman can get a Go Mode Pod. Maybe he doesn't have to do any of that. Or maybe it's just the last pendant. He also doesn't have to do any of it. We'll get a sword out of this.
Overall, in terms of dungeon exploration, Solsky's also ahead, just having all of Meyer and most of Pod done.
Yeah, exactly. Also, having that hook shot, it can be pretty relevant. Now, in Solski's case, he can do a lot of the hovering, but, you know, when we do find swamp, you can't hover swamp.
Yeah. One thing you're gonna have to think about at this point is: do you want to work your way backwards, or do you want to work your way through GT? Because that hookshot's out of logic, but that is essentially 9 more checks.
Yeah, I mean, when it's a small key that I'm missing to put things in logic, I don't think I worry about it so much. Because chances are I don't actually need that small key. That probably won't be a hard required small key. I'm a little more hesitant when it's, you know, a big item that I'm sequence breaking.
I think Dapper Warman's going to go backwards through TR. We have not seen the front entrance of TR
We
yet.
have not. And he can actually check 3 items this way, too. Does want to get this key so he can have the key for the for Trinex when he needs it. So these 3 checks are all new for us. Yeah, map is useless. We've already done desert ages ago.
Let's see if Dapper passes the test.
The one I always fail.
I'm about 50-50 on this one. He does pass.
Well done. Hardest trick in the game, remembering to go this way when you don't have hookshot in the TR rail maze upstairs.
Anything up here? We've got 50 rupees and 10 arrows. Nope.
That's unfortunate, but he could still find a connector that's useful.
He's got to be careful, though. He's down to a heart and a half. He's taking this very carefully on his way out.
Yeah, with those rollers, they'll pretty much one-shot you, even with decent mail upgrades. And he has not found the mail upgrades that Solski has.
So we'll see where this lets out, if this is going to be something big or not. That could be big.
See what this entrance is.
Nope.
Oh, that's too bad. I was hoping that would pay out for him. It did not.
Little hesitation there, and you're probably getting to the point of the seed where you're... I don't think he's forgetting anything. I just think it's this point of the seed where it's like, I've got these options, but they all kind of suck right now.
Yeah. Yep. I know that part of the seed very well. And Solski is going to do this GT check. And this is a lot of items still, and he can get his silvers at the same time. Would be really good. The thing that would be really good for Dapper War Man at this point is if he could find that Hyrule Castle small key and full clear Hyrule Castle and get something significant in the in Zelda Cell. Because Solski's not going back there for a long time.
There's Ice Rod. What are we still...
Probably need that.
I
Swamp
think...
entrance.
Swamp entrance
Swamp
and
small.
That Swamp Small is potential go mode.
Potential. But let's see. We can kill Trinex now.
The thing is, Swamp Small... Well, actually, no. Swamp Small or Pod Big. We're going to need one of those.
Right. One, maybe both. We also need to find Hera and Swamp.
Have either of these runners mirrored in the desert area yet?
Have we? Yeah, we saw the Myra area very early. We haven't been back there. Dapper Woodman went back there to finish Eastern, but didn't actually didn't have any new checks at the time, so no.
Now, this is going to be an interesting call for Solsky after he's done here. Will he climb?
Yeah, the climb's not behind the hookshot except the very last chest, so... It's a little more in logic for him. Has all 4 GT smalls, so that makes that part of it in logic. And it's 2 items behind, and there's the pod big key.
So if Swamp's a pendant, that's potential go mode.
And somewhere he got another pod small, which is important because he does need one to beat the dungeon. We'd need 3 more to actually clear the rest of it. Logically, of course, you need 6, but we only care about that if we're trying to piece together where something is. Or where something can and can't be. Yeah, and he did skip the big chest. I think he didn't think about, because he didn't have the big key when he did the right side, so. That's a pretty well orphaned check now for Solsky. Now these castle top entrances are new for Solsky, but Dapper Warman checked them a while ago, so it's a little time given back to Dapper Warman.
Yeah, I could see what Solsky is potentially thinking. He wants to find his missing dungeons right now.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Honestly, if I were him, I would be checking both. So for Solsky, yeah, I mean, Hyrule Castle just seems to be such a big play, big piece of the puzzle. We have 2 exits out of there that we haven't checked. And Dapper Warman hasn't followed that book to the entrance yet. And the fact that we haven't seen the other Hyrule Castle exits kind of screams to me that they might actually be relevant somewhere. In one of those places, like a Turtle Rock Bridge or Floating Island or something like that. Neither one looks like they're going back there anytime soon, though. Yeah, we have not found Swamp, we have not found Hera, and we still don't know our last pendant.
Yeah, this is Solsky probably checking those entrances with the mirror.
Yeah, I think this is really smart. And he can finish this by mirroring into Hyrule Castle if he wants to.
There's
Hi, Swamp. There we go.
But only 1 check right now.
And we don't know. We don't have a map to Swamp, so we don't know.
So just Hera looming. Solsky's gonna open Meyer entrance.
Let's see what's here. Also Ether. Nothing. I think Dapper Warman's is about to sequence break through left side GT. There's the bad Ice Rod Cave. And another connector. And a terrible connector. He's saving, quitting, not gonna go back into Hyrule Castle to check those connectors. Could have jumped on and used the book to do it. Could have just gone back in and mirrored in front of it. Chad asking why Solsky hasn't beaten TR. That might be something that comes up pretty soon. He does have that ice rod.
He's going to Laser Bridge right now.
Is like right here, so.
Yeah.
I wonder if he goes back to pod. The problem with pod is we don't know if it's a pendant or a crystal. We don't know. We don't have enough small keys to clear the other. We have one small key, which we can use to beat Helma King. And if it's the crystal, then you just do that. But if it's the pendant, you're leaving 2 items orphaned at that point.
And the fact that he only has 3 pod smalls is a little suspicious to me.
Yeah, you know, it kind of says it might be the pendant. Unfortunately, the one with the map is Dapper Warman. Has not checked his map. Okay, let's see what Trinex gives us. This is gonna put Solski in the... We saw this entrance. Gold Sword. The 2
that's the last pendant.
bosses. Oh, that is the last. Okay, now you just go do pod, right? So the 2 bosses that you most want a good sword for, Cold Stair and Trinex, both pendants and both swords. That's so good.
So, yeah, no go mode yet. We still need Swamp Small, and we need to find the Hera entrance.
Yep.
Now,
Okay,
well, I will say at this point, the pet is starting to come into play a little bit. Not logical yet, but
It's getting close. We need the Ice Palace big key mostly.
Ice Palace big key and actually the Hyrule Castle small key.
And the Hyrule Castle small key. Where is that Hyrule Castle small? Nice refill for Dapper Warman. It's his pod big key.
And he's going to check the GT big chest that Solski did not.
This could be relevant. Like if this is the swamp small. I don't know when Solski's getting back here. So a pod small key is only relevant if there's something behind either Harmless Hellway or a big key chest. Now, as far as beating the dungeon, he's got 1 more small key to do that. It's just bombs. Yeah, every time Dapper Warman gets to something that Solski's skipped for whatever reason or hasn't gotten to earlier, it just ends up being nothing. Okay, where are we going now, Solski?
Back to Dark Worlds. Or nope.
Nope. Maybe back to Hyrule Castle?
Looks like it. He's heading that way. Or is this bomb shop here? I thought it was over by. That's
Nope,
bomb
it's
shop.
right there. Okay, this is not a terrible spot for it either. It is a new entrance.
Look at Skull Woods and Meyer. I think both of those are in logic. So
Yeah, I think we found all the small keys from Skullwoods and. And we got the big key, the lamp, and the cane for Meyer. The small keys are only relevant for the left side.
unfortunately, right now, Dapper Warman is missing a lot of needed stuff. He needs to go to the desert main entrance to get to Hyrule Castle for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to go back to the Zora area.
Yep.
To get a Hookshot.
If he could find the Hyrule Castle small key, that would be really good for him. Where, like, everything's behind the Hyrule Castle small key. Where is that Hyrule Castle small key?
There's Hera.
Okay, yeah. Big bomb required. And we see a map, which, yeah, okay, Solsky has full knowledge. That map is useless to him.
Yeah, that's... Now, we could still be looking for some item caves, but otherwise, yeah, we've got all of our dungeons found.
Okay, that's a Harapot setup that I've not seen before. I really like the newest one with the where you push yourself into the bomb. Is that what it's called? The booty blast?
I've heard people refer to it as that, yes.
Nice. Okay, not anything in Hera so far.
If Dapper Women's Man skips the basement, he'll gain a little time because that was just Quake, which we've determined is not needed.
Right.
Nothing in the check Solstice's gun in here. He does get a crystal. I think he still has the map chest in the basement.
Yeah. You definitely want to check the basement. No, I think he skipped the
Oh, he skipped the cage.
where the small key. Yeah, the cage item. Not
He's
going
not gonna
back
do-
in. I'm
He's not gonna...
yeah, I would go back in. Like there's just not that much left. Is he gonna climb?
I think he's heading that way.
I think he's climbing. I mean, I suppose if your plan is to climb, then you're gonna get spit out right there, and you can check the Hera basement then. It's just 6 items. Because we do have the, we're pretty certain it's Uncle behind this. Again, the worst spot for Uncle to ever be. Because it's the only one that you can't just do without doing the thing. If that makes sense.
Dapper Wormman takes out Vitreous. There's his 4th crystal. Solsky still has the crystal lead at 5-4.
And I think that for Solsky, the GT Big Chest just doesn't exist anymore. I don't think he's ever going back for it, which is, good for him because it's bombs or something equally useless.
Yeah, he doesn't need it.
We always say that we only get punished when we skip something. We always get punished when we skip something, but it's only the things we noticed. I know I've multiple times skipped things that I didn't know I skipped until somebody in chat tells me later, and it just was nothing. So yeah, people skip things all the time that are irrelevant. Just you don't always catch it. Yeah, at this point, though, Dapper Wormman really needs to find that Hyrule Castle Small and a Hyrule Castle entrance, and really needs that sell-to-sell item to be relevant. Which I think at this point means that it would have to be the Swamp Small. I think that's all we need. That key sitting there on the floating island, that could be our Hyrule Castle Small off of a Hyrule Castle connector.
Good.
And Dapper Worm, I'm not checking. Oh, this is interesting. he could just do this. I think. Did he already do the first? No, he's only got the one small key because it's the other one's in pod. Never mind. The other one's in pod behind the Hyrule Castle small. That's unfortunate.
Great, here we go. Checks coming up. New checks.
New things. Let's go. Actually need the Helma small here. Okay, I mean, blue potion's nice, but it certainly isn't what we're looking for.
This next chest is the last chance, I think, for Hyrule Castle Small to show up here.
Yeah, that sounds right. No, it's just a compass. It will tell Solsky that he skipped the big chest, though. If he's paying attention.
Oh, I think Dapper Warman's going to one of these connectors that we were wondering about.
Yeah, it's probably irrelevant because I think we've seen a lot of dark entrances, but...
Oh, yeah. Nothing on the climb, but we still have the 2 chests at Uncle.
So we will finish this climb. We will go ahead and kill Aga 2.
Is Dapper Warman finally going for... No, he's going for Big Bomb, which is good.
It gets him Hera, so that's good. Maybe he'll check Hera Basement. I mean, again, that's another one of his outs. Unless Solsky does it after he does the drop down here to Uncle. Nice Aga 2 fight from Solsky, just a 4-round. Okay. Compass of uselessness. Eastern Palace compass. Climb completely not required. And Solsky saving and quitting. So not gonna go and do the Hera Basement at this time. So, yeah, so a Swamp Small in Hera Basement would be really big for Dapper Warman. Dapper Warman's teammate Danny Music reminding us that next week compasses will be useful. Because next week, we got... the boss shuffle, so the compasses will tell us what the boss is in each dungeon.
Yeah, so it'll be very nice to have. Potentially save you from going to a boss you don't need to go to.
Or can't go to. Okay, we are in the Misery Mire area again for Solsky.
He
didn't grab this before?
Oh my god!
Okay. Let's go mode for Solsky.
The swamp's
here.
Right next to the
It was
swamp.
right there. So the only sad thing I have at this point, I'm sad that we're never gonna find out now. I don't think. If I'm right about that Hyrule Castle small key sitting on the floating island and the connectors. Yeah, so it was at the Desert Ledge, which Solsky was in this area before, recently, and I think forgot to check that spot. Dapper Warman had seen that small key, almost 2 hours ago, very early on in the race, but couldn't pick it up because he was only looking at it.
Well, Solsky just has a go mode swamp to do, and then a finish up pod, and then he can go kill Ganon.
Yep.
As for Dapper Warman, yeah, he's unfortunately pretty much out of outs.
Yeah, just the Hyrule Castle play just turned out to be so big for Solsky.
Yeah, it's really what's made this seed.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that we can't figure out the logic on it, it's what's made this seed.
Well, until something tells us otherwise, I'm saying it's Hyrule Castle exit to Floating Island for Hyrule Castle Small. Puts everything in logic. We may never get to prove it. I mean, we're missing a bunch of pod smalls too, so it doesn't necessarily have to be that. But I feel it. I'm feeling that's what it is.
We know
Bumper Cave could also lead there, that's true.
We know Solsky's not going to see it because the 2 dungeons Solsky has left are both logically locked by it.
Yep.
Well, actually, Ether might not be. Or wait, no,
No, because we know the Castle Tower
Yeah.
small key is behind Ether. Because the pod entrance being at Turtle Rock. Oh, just a bug net. Ooh. But yeah, I mean, that's basically been the difference in this entire seed is Solsky following that book pretty quickly, finding Hyrule Castle, and doing as much of it as he could. Did everything but Zelda Cell, and did not check the exits.
It really has surprised me so much that Dapper Warman. You're still looking for stuff, and you haven't gone to the Meyer area to check.
Meyer area has a whole bunch of, and yeah, we found the Meyer connector so early at the beginning of the race that it just maybe hasn't occurred to him to go back there. Now we haven't found a flute that would also get him back there, but flute could be anywhere. Like the flute is if there's a connector to the Meyer area and a connector to the mountain, the flute is basically a luxury item. But now Solsky needs to make his way back to Pod, which is not trivial, because we don't have that flute.
I think this actually. Okay, he's back in the Meyer area.
Which means he's probably gonna find this. He's gonna find swamp, and then he's gonna find the swamp small, and then he's gonna full clear swamp.
No, he won't because he doesn't have flippers yet.
Oh, good point. He's gonna find swamp. He's gonna find the swamp small, and then maybe he gets to Hyrule Castle, because he can mirror in front of it. Yeah, no one's quite figured it. There are some glitchy ways that you can do large portions of Swamp Palace that are not allowed, but apparently they don't include killing the boss. So. Yeah, also doesn't have Hookshot, but you know. Could if he had flippers, no hookshot, he could do a whole bunch of the front of swamp. Yeah, Solsky doesn't need anything. He just needs to go and kill Helmasaur with his one last pod small. And then go kill Ganon. Okay, this is the Hyrule Castle entrance for Dapper Worm Man. But way too late. See how he decides to handle it. We will get enough time for him to handle this. See how he handles this. Does he go down and get the items? No, he's checking the connectors. Okay, we might find out. Come on, one of these has got to be Floating Island. Or well, yeah, we got Tierra Bridge now. Gets a bottle out of it. I think we may have seen this connector. I'm not sure. This entrance. I'm not sure. Super Bunny from the bad side. We've already seen it from the good side, so we don't need to worry about that.
He's not mirroring for.
Yeah, he just realized.
No,
Okay.
there's nothing anyway. Go check the other connector. Let's just see it.
I hope he checks the other connector before going and checking any items. I want to see where this goes. No,
No.
he's just gonna do it. We'll see if he goes beyond the boomerang chest.
Nope.
No, he's just gonna steal the first. Oh, that would be really bad if he just steals the first key.
Just go through the right entrance. Come on.
Oh, no, this is really bad.
Well, even if he gets ether, I don't think he follows that right away.
Yeah, he can't get the flippers now. Because he stole the first key, not the second.
Yeah, the fact that Solsky stole the second key is actually
that's a play I really like. The only thing I didn't like about the way Solsky did it is I would have saved it and then come back. But, I mean, in the end, it worked out, because clearly there's nothing important in Zelda Cell.
I just hope Dapper does this fast enough so we can check that right entrance if I
know, right? I mean, you should be able to do it fast enough so long as he does the entrance there. But yeah, he now hard requires the castle, the Hyrule Castle small key.
And Solsky's swimming up to Ganon.
Yeah, see if he checks the other exit. No. No. He okay. We might have just enough time to see him check the floating island. If this is the floating island. I'd say at this point it's 50-50. It's either this or the bumper cave. Meanwhile, with gold sword and silvers, Solsky's gonna make very quick work of this Ganon fight.
Alright. Show it to us.
Ah, it's not it. It must be the bumper cave. Oh, that's so bad for Dapper Worm, man. I mean, I imagine he's not gonna finish this anyway. But he is with not going to the second and stealing that second key. He now hard required to get the Hyrule Castle small, and we don't know where it is. Meanwhile, Solsky already on phase 4 again, and because again, gold sword silvers makes this a very quick fight. And get your GGs for Solsky. He is going to cross that bridge at 2:09:20 and gets that all-important win for Pug Hunters, who need to win now one of their last 2 games to guarantee a playoff spot. But yeah, it's gonna... We'll see if Solsky wants to come in. Oh, I think we got him. Hey, Solsky's GG!
Thanks. Can you imagine I still have this cough, by the way?
You mean from SGL?
Yeah.
Dang.
I've had it since like September, so
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
But what wasn't terrible was the way you handled Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, that was stupid. And then the logic was stupid. So like getting flippers and ether there and then going to pod and getting the second Agahnim key, I was like, all right, so pod's dependent, easy call, right? I was like, I'm just gonna
yeah,
get
as
this
we
for
were
items.
speculating.
And then I find out it's a crystal when I do TR. I was like, what actually is this hell seed? It's like, I don't have all 6 pod smalls either, right? So I'm just like, where the hell are all the keys?
Well, there's
And,
one sitting on floating island we have not found access to yet. I was figuring the Hyrule Castle small key was on floating island from a Hyrule Castle connector.
Yeah.
But Dapper War Man did manage to show us that wasn't the case before you finished.
Sorry, this took 7 minutes longer, guys. I saw that key on my tracker when I was at Agahnim. I was like, oh, that's a mistake. Could have checked that when I was in the area, and then sure enough, I go back and it's Swamp Small that I need. I'm like, okay, let's go. I guess.
Yeah, we weren't sure how you missed that the first time.
Yeah, I think at the
It
time
happens.
I was just focused on entrances because when I got pod big, I was like, oh, okay, I'm in go mode. I didn't really think I didn't have Swamp Small. I didn't know I didn't have Swamp Small until I got to Swamp. So at that point, then I'm like, oh god, what do I do? And then it was like, you know, GT and whatever cleanup I did before that. And I was like, okay, I can just sequence it this way. It's fine. I'll find it eventually. And then I was like, yeah, I'll just do GT climb. It sucks, but you know, it's the best option right now. And then I saw the key on the tracker again. It was pretty bad.
All right, we also have Dapper War Man joining us. GG's. Turns out Hyrule Castle was all important. You got there a little bit late, yeah, and stole the wrong key when you stole the key.
Oh, I mean, I needed so much more than that anyway at that point.
No, actually, okay. So it turns out everything was behind Hyrule Castle Small, which we never found. There's flippers in the boomerang chest for your hookshot on Zora Ledge, and that ether led to pod.
Okay, yeah, I guess I never knew where Hookshot was either because I never looked. I never went up to the Zora area. But
yeah, same. I got there kind of late just because there's like good option after good option, and then I kind of started bottlenecking right at the end. So
yeah, yeah. My execution was like really bad today. I mean, this is not my best mode anyway, but this was there was a lot of bad deaths on my end.
I mean,
so that did not help.
You took on some tough fights, like doing the moth fight early, for instance.
Yeah, that was a little risky, but I was like, I'm here, and I knew it was a crystal at that point, so had to try it. Had to try it at least once or twice, and then just come back with more equipment.
And you got him back the second time. Can we shout out the fact that the 2 bosses that you want the good swords the most had swords? I know you never killed Trinex, but we did find a 4th sword on Trinex, and of course Cold Stair had the 3rd sword for both of you. And both turned out to be pendants too, so.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, because I was like, this scene could be really quick depending on what was happening, right? And then it just, at the end, it wasn't.
Yeah,
Start was really weird though, like, right? Like, at least for me, it was like early Pearl to early Glove in Eastern, and then it was like Glove Hammer basically side by side in the Eastern area. That was pretty big. I was surprised to get both that early actually, and then it was just like, all right, just like with Pseudo-boots, just cleanly route the world. Yes.
Yeah, I want to say Dapper War Man got to the hammer first, and his first glove was the one in Laser Bridge.
Yeah.
But I want to say it was like 13 minutes we called out full Dark World access, which in cross keys is kind of unheard of.
Yeah, I was really scared. I was like, oh no, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna zig, and I need to zag. You know, I'm gonna do the wrong.
You were on 3 hearts for a long time.
Yeah, first heart was like 20-something minutes or 30. I was like, yeah, that did not feel good.
Yeah, you missed one in Desert Big Chest.
That was like, I guess maybe that was my 5th one or something, but it was
yeah.
And I didn't do Eastern right away. I did come back. I mean, there was plenty of other stuff to do when I did Eastern, but that was super late, and I found those mids. I felt real bad.
To me, it made like a lot of sense that we were gonna get early Dark World access just when like Kakariko was like completely empty at the start of the seed. I was like, all right, there's no way I'm not like gonna be pushed to Dark World early generally. With that Pearl, obviously, I didn't know it was gonna be with conventional access. Like I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's connectors, but yeah, I just knew because I'm like, there's no way if. First off, not having any dungeon, you know, in Kakariko area is extremely rare as is, but this is probably one of the most spread out seasons I've ever had to play. Like, Pod being at TR like it was, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Again, like, there's so many things that, like, had question marks about, like, Pod being a crystal or pendant. I was like, I'm, like, 99% sure this is a pendant, and that wasn't there. And GT being, like, the worst spot ever, too.
It's a
pretty
terrible
rough.
spot for GT.
I was able to red it in, like, 3 times really well, too. I was proud of that. Like, I was like, oh, I'm in the area, I can do it. Like, when I got my mirror, I was like, all right, GT time, let's go.
And then you skipped the big chest.
Yeah, I know.
Did you know before you got the compass? Because I wonder, you know, because the compass kind of makes it glaring that your number is not.
No, I knew I
27
skipped it
and
because I got the big key and I was like, I'm just gonna finish up the room and check it out because I thought I didn't need Swamp Small. Like my
okay,
brain turned
gotcha.
off, right?
Right.
I saw a pod big key and I was like, all right, I'm in go mode. And then, like, I almost the funny thing was like I don't know where the pyramid fairy chest was or whatever. I think it was the pyramid, like the castle tower top stuff. I actually almost didn't check those chests. I was like, I'm just gonna check these for fun. I'm like, I'm already here, right? Like,
yeah.
It's dumb, I know, but that's like my brain sometimes. Like missing that key, right? It happens.
Yep. But yeah, and we still don't know where that Hyrule Castle key. I mean, I guess it could have been in Swamp. I mean, by the time you were actually doing Swamp, there was no reason to check anything.
I had Swamp, but I had like, what was it? I determined it was like Purple Chest, Bombos, Powder Mushroom, and there's something else missing still. Spiral.
Determined that the Hyrule Castle couldn't have been in Swamp because Flippers were second chest to Hyrule.
Yeah.
That's
so it
right.
Would have been
Couldn't
Swamp.
be in
So it would have
Swamp.
been one of those 5 that I didn't do then at that point.
So Swamp could have had Pod Smalls though.
Did we see the rest of Eastern in Green Pendant or?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
And we saw Mushroom turning. It was a sad
One-
little single rupee.
Powder
rupee.
Spiral or yeah. That's just rough.
Castle Tower or Hyrule Castle Key's probably on Moldorm 2 chest or something stupid.
It wasn't there.
No,
I
it
did
wasn't there.
full climb.
Oh, you went all that way?
We full cleared.
It could be GT Big Chest, I guess.
Nope, wasn't
Nope,
that.
It wasn't.
Oh,
It was
wasn't that?
bombs in
Alright.
there. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
GT
I
Big
think at
Chest.
this point we've ruled it has to be Floating Island.
I'm guessing Floating Island.
So the only entrance I had left that wasn't a connector was the left side drop down in Death Mountain, so it has to lead to that, or either that or
neither
Upper
of you
Bumper.
follow Bumper Cave.
Yeah, so Bumper is the other one.
Oh,
so
that
Bumper
felt
would have been
so
a pure
bad.
connector, and then left drop would have probably been a connector too because I have 2 outstanding connectors, right?
Oh yeah.
Actually
'cause-
3. I have 3 outstanding connectors, so those 3 and GT entrance also would have led to a connector too.
Yeah, because
So-
what happened to Dapper Warman? I assume you were going to go back through Bumper, but you used up all your magic in Spike Cave,
Yeah, I realized just a little too late that I used my last bit of magic.
and it's annoying because
That
you
felt
don't
real
have
bad.
to you don't have to use a lot of magic to get through that Bumper.
No, I
You
had
do
so
need a
many
little
hearts.
bit.
Did you guys enjoy my 15 head play to get magic in TR before ice though?
Yes.
You guys are probably like, why is he
We-
spending the key?
I
Oh,
was very confused, and then
Yeah.
somebody in chat suggested you literally just want some magic. Like, okay,
Yup.
well, yeah, that works.
100%.
Well, and I actually, even more so, like, I find it very hard to actually even hit that spot in the rail maze in the dark to get that.
Yeah,
magic,
well, I
so-
missed it the first time. It's like, God.
Got it the second time. Yeah, I mean, it's probably a little bit easier the second time, just because the first, going backwards, you just hold up to get through it normally. So I would have no idea how to even think about getting to there. Even with the lights on, I'd have to like think about what I was doing just to get to that spot.
Yeah.
All right, so I mean, Dapper Warman, your team's still in a really good spot. At what are you 10
Yeah.
and 2?
I mean, I know we've locked up our division, but I don't know if there's actual rankings of the division winners. So always trying to play for a higher seed. So
Yeah, I think that it'll be 1 through 4 seed, so it really won't
Right.
come into play until about the 3rd round at least. So,
But happy to do my part to help Solski's team try and
Yeah,
get
we
a
all
wild
suck.
card
We're
or-
like third right now. We all suck on our team, right? So we just
I've
gotta,
heard that if you win one
It's
of
a
your
good
next
race.
two, you're in though. That's what
one of
Drosy
our
tells
next
me. I
two.
trust.
Ooh.
I trust Drosy. So.
I might need to. I was gonna put the jacket on for like the starter jacket just so I'm like resting, but I might need to pull rank here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Yeah,
get him,
so,
boys. Yeah.
So, you know, Dapper Warmer, you guys are in pretty good shape. Solski, you guys are also in pretty good shape, I would say. But yeah, nothing decided yet for you. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Dapper Warmer, you plan on playing any Randomizer next week?
Oh yes, I'm playing at least one. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun. Hopefully, I'll die just as many times as I did today.
Randomizer, would they? Where I heard Furiation talking about the settings at one point and saying that when he created it was put boots in as the start specifically so you all would be running into things. And for the laugh factor, so
Just don't lift up any bushes and reveal a spike roller. That's just instant death.
I'm looking at the. Oh, you do have starting boots. Oh, crazy. God.
yeah.
Randomizer's stressful, man. In like League, like it's fun, but it's like just because you know you're so used to the norm, you're like coasting through, and then you have
watch.
like
At least you get to play it with a friend, though.
Yeah.
You get to enjoy it with a friend.
Storeless Randomizer though is like that's the king of content. Like that is awful.
Yeah, I've called some of those. I've called some very interesting ones.
Oh my god. I'll never forget that 2+ hour Triforce hunt I had to do with Synac that one time. Oh, that was so bad.
Well, your first mistake is doing a Triforce hunt.
It was mystery.
Was it mystery? Yeah,
it was
figures.
not by choice.
All right. Anything else either one of you want to add before we start to close things out?
Nah, just good game, Dapper, and good luck in the rest with the team and everything like that. And it's fun to play some cross keys. I really enjoy the mode. I think it's slowly becoming one of my stronger modes, just because I put a lot of time into it in the last year or so.
Mhm.
But yeah, thanks for the cast and everything like that. And I'm gonna rest my lungs because I keep coughing. So bye.
See you later, Solski.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good game. Thank you. Thank you to the Restream crew for keeping up with us, and good luck in the playoffs.
All right. Not a whole lot on the schedule yet, at least not for Restream. So I'm not going to shout out anything on the schedule. But do keep an eye out both on the SG family of networks and the ALTTP Randomizer family of networks for races tomorrow, because I'm sure there will be some restreamed.
Yep.
Yeah, gonna be it for us. JP, I love doing the call with you. So glad we got to do this.
Yeah, it's good time to work with you as well. You know, you're definitely one I like to work with.
Absolutely, been a really good time.
Yep. And then also
And-
thanks to our trackers, Danny Music
course.
and Lady Laura Linda.
Yeah, trackers always the MVPs. Can't do it without them. Huge thanks to them, and of course everybody out there watching. Thanks for watching, and to the organizers and the SpeedGaming staff. Thanks to all of them, and we'll see you at the next race.
Have a good night, everyone.